2v2 Golgotha Depths blue team. We've got Qwest plays an Inquisitor, offensive commander with lots of great crowd control and a little bit of support too. Begins in melee combat but can get some ranged weapons. Alongside is G.U.G, plays a plague champion, starts out range combat with his damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair but is very slow. Red team, Doctor, I cure you with my Kukri. What exactly is he doing with his Kukri? Brother Captain, durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and support. Fights in melee combat, not exactly a Grey Knight scheme, but we will let it slide. Perhaps a bit hungover this morning, put the wrong armor on. And rounding off the red team is kaldoot, plays an Eldar Warlock melee commander with great disruption and mobility. He's going to tank damage pretty well, some offensive spells and stuff. Golgotha Depths then, a pretty nice looking map, nicely put together, but does have some strange balance considerations. I think the position that Kukri is in, which is the one player position up in the northwest, gets a bit of a rough deal. If you look at their approaches to the middle, you've got this very narrow approach here, this very narrow approach here, and that's pretty much it. The other players have quite expansive approaches, as you see there. Look at this engagement though. Heretics chasing off the brother captain. We have triple inquisitorial stormtroopers on Kukri, so you might see some of that nasty, very nasty triple grenade launcher play. No melee combat on retreat from his Chaos Space Marines would have finished off those stormtroopers, so that was a misplay there from G.U.G. As I was saying, you also have this raised platform for the east team, which seems a bit unbalanced because it's perfectly overlooking the mid there for setup teams to perch themselves on. And yeah, these narrow approaches really annoy me. You can get caught quite nastily by suppression and grenades and stuff. We'll see how Kukri deals with it. Double heretics for G.U.G, doing reasonably well in the first engagement, but Kukri did know this power. What's going on here? Howling Banshees chasing off the Inquisitor. Immolator already up for the Warlock, perhaps expecting some las turrets early on. In fact, we do have one over here covering this contested power. You have one natural power each on this map, each team that is, and the other three are all contested, which I actually quite like. I don't like power being safe. You get a lot more swings in play and comebacks and stuff if the power isn't too safe. Grenade launcher heretics trying to combat these triple stormtroopers with some grenade launchers of its own. We don't actually have any grenade launchers for these stormtroopers yet. They all have sergeants though. Here come the other heretics. They're also getting grenade launchers, so you might see a massive grenade launcher battle. The stormtrooper grenade launchers are objectively better, I believe. They allow you to do a much faster barrage, and I think the barrage damage might be slightly less, but it is quicker, which is usually what you want. Base DPS, I believe, is the same. Howling Banshees going after the Inquisitor. They have the aspect of strength, giving them that Executioner Spear in tier 2 with their Exarch. Their Avengers pouring on that piercing damage, as you see their Sentinel having to back the hell away. More Banshees for kaldoot? Really? No sign of channeling runes. You have Catachans and a Sentinel Demolition Man already on the way. What's going on north? Brother Captain keeping Kukri in this game so far because his stormtroopers are getting forced off over and over and over again. We have Eternal War up for the Chaos Space Marines. Gives them 20% more damage, both melee and range combat. Pretty nice versus all of that light infantry. Will peel off models a lot quicker. Make kills they wouldn't ordinarily make. And Banshees forcing off the Catachans, who only lost one model there. Look at their health. There comes the Sentinel. No sign of his ground pound yet. kaldoot cancelling that second Banshee squad and going for a Guardian weapon team with that Shuriken cannon by default. North side. Stormtroopers out of cover, getting shot to pieces. He still doesn't have any grenade launchers, which I was going to say suggests he's going for a tier 1.5 unit, and here it is. It's the Purgation Squad, a good choice versus G.U.G's current composition. Those incinerators do a lot of damage to those heretics and will suppress them, and they'll suppress those Chaos Space Marines, of course. G.U.G so far trying to tie them up with his Plague Champion. And he might get a model off them here. He should be forcing melee combat with his Chaos Space Marines as well, I think. We just saw a Breath of Nurgle heal and forces off the Purgation Squad pretty nicely. We might see some Raptors from Oj to really put the pressure on this Purgation Squad. It is always quite risky to get a jump squad versus Grey Knights because they can counter-initiate like crazy in tier 2 with Purifiers and the Dreadnought and the Brother Captain himself, who's actually gone for the Nemesis Force Sword. Usually something you see reserved for melee builds, but he's got it with a full range build here, which will help them out, will help out their mobility a lot, especially if he wants side cannons in tier 2 to chase down vehicles and things. South side, what's going on? 465394. Inquisitor forced off. A lot of action over this power, and you can get sidetracked on the contested powers unless there's generators on them. You don't really have to worry about them too much. It is much easier said than done though not to kind of obsess over them a little bit. I mean, the most they can give your opponent is +6 per minute if they're noded without generators. If they do have generators, of course, then you should start thinking of stealing or destroying them. Havoc squad just easily tanked there by the Brother Captain, who is really expecting Raptors instead. Maybe he wants Bloodletters in tier 2 and wants the Havocs there for a possible Dreadnought and stuff. Can be quite difficult for Chaos Space Marines to transition I should say, into tier 2 anti-vehicle. Usually have yourself, oh, down goes the Brother Captain, usually have yourself a bunch of very effective but quite upkeep heavy and very anti-infantry focused squads as you come out of tier 1 if you have Raptors and double CSM or something like that. Basically it's only Havocs that can transition into an anti-vehicle squad, a very hard one of course with their las cannon. None of the commanders can really get an anti-vehicle weapon. The Plague Champion can get his Plague Fist, but he's so slow and the DPS isn't that great to go up against vehicles. If there's a Walker, you can go up against it and perhaps tie it up, prevent it from firing a undesirable ranged weapon. Qwest is floating like crazy here. 900 rec, almost 200 power before going tier 2. That is a float and a half. Wraithguard already on the way for Kaldoot. Oj goes tier 2. Kukri, he's just been bled like crazy. Lost so many stormtroopers, having to reinforce. How much do these guys cost to reinforce? I'm not sure. We'll perhaps try and see next time he loses a model. Oj is completely capping up the north side, but he needs to react here because Kukri's coming mid. And it's going to be a 2-to-1 versus Qwest. Oj needs to react. Not something the Plague Champion do very well. The slowest commander on arguably the slowest faction. Mobility is not his strongest suit. Guardian Weapon team should be pushing up perhaps a bit. That Wraithguard is going to disintegrate those Catechins. He needs to be very quick with trying to get them into melee combat perhaps. Oh, he does have Interrogator's armor in fact. I was going to say that would be a good choice to infiltrate the Catechins, try and get into melee combat with the Wraithguard. But he already has that choice, and here comes Oj with a flank. This might be a dead Stormtrooper squad. In fact, I think it will be. Look at those grenade launchers from the Heretics doing their thing. He doesn't have double grenade launchers though. He's gone for Aspiring Champion on the other squad. He must have cancelled those grenade launchers that I saw in production. Down goes that Stormtrooper squad. This Purgation squad now in trouble. Heretics and CSM in retreat path. Lucky to get away with 2 models there. But now Red Team turn to engage, and there is the Wraithguard volley. Ouch. Breath of Nurgle heal. Aspiring Champion Heretics backing off. Whoa, Havoc squad disintegrated by the Wraithguard and Immolate combo. Here come Howling Banshees going up against the Heretics, and there's Touch of Nurgle on them. Very odd that he put Touch of Nurgle on those Heretics and not the Aspiring Champion Heretics, but perhaps it was a misclick since you can't Doom Blast with Grenade Launcher Heretics, and since they're Heretics, the Touch of Nurgle explosion itself will do less damage. It's only because you can synergize it with Doom Blast, which makes it good for Heretics to have. So that was pretty much a waste, I think. It did force off the Banshees, to be fair, which might have been worth 150 ready. He's being very, very brave here though, pushing in his Chaos Space Marines against the Shuriken and the Wraith Guard, trying to get melee combat on them, and there we go. Wraith Guard, very, very powerful at range, as you saw with those Havocs, but they do fare very, very poorly in melee combat, forced off and lose a model. Here come Howling Banshees though, onto those Chaos Space Marines, special attack. This could be a dead Chaos Space Marine squad. The stomp gets them though. Does it save them? Only hit a couple of Banshees. They are chasing, and they should be able to finish off these Chaos Space Marines here. The Exarch getting the last hit. Down they go. Oj, all of a sudden with just double Heretics after such a strong opening. That flank, he should have come in a bit wider from this position, I think. The fact that he came from there made him kind of stuck up against that side. But yeah, just at the end he pushed a bit too far with those CSM. Nothing to do with his approach play, which wasn't too bad. Not much I don't think he could have done about that Havoc loss. They just went down in a blink of an eye. I suppose if he spotted the Wraith Guard he might have just pulled them away, because it was just too dangerous to be there. We have triple generators now on the south contested power. Grey Knight Dreadnought on the way for Kukri, and Oj making a massive decision to go tier 3. And with that Dreadnought around, he wants a Chaos Predator very, very quickly, and luckily for him he can get one very, very quickly. 465, 338. We have a fully kitted out Inquisitor. She's level 2, Holy Brazier, Interrogator's Armor, and the awesome Inquisitorial Mandate, one of the best accessories in the game, I think. Invulnerability and a speed buff. I think it's 10 seconds, that might be wrong. Central contested power now being genned up, but Purgation are here with their incinerators to tear it down. Here is that Grey Knight Dreadnought. This thing is getting changed in the next update. Apparently it's going to get a Hurricane Bolter, so that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's considered as a very strong Dreadnought right now with that multi-melter out the gate. Heretics chasing down the Brother Captain. He still has that awesome Nemesis Force Sword. 40 DPS power melee as you see on the tooltip there, and improves the VR the Hammer ability, makes it pretty spectacular. Heretics forced off there, as you saw, suppressed by the incinerators. They're still fighting over this south power very, very hard. Now there's a reason to, with triple generators on it. Ogren's pushing from Qwest, a heavy melee squad with super heavy infantry armor, very, very tough, good for breaking lines and counter initiating. If you get them through suppression, that is. Here come Howling Banshees. Eat a stomp, but again it doesn't hit all of the models. Level 2 Howling Banshees forcing off the rest of the infantry. Sentinel with a missile launcher also backing away. Can Oj hold? He does have the Predator tank now. Doesn't have a mark, but he's chasing down that Chaos Dreadnought. Sorry, that Grey Knight Dreadnought with it, some heresy. Now the Dreadnought turns to engage with a multi-melter. The massive advantage the Predator has here is its range, of course. The reason they are a tier 3 unit is you get that awesome combination of firepower, range and vehicle armor. If you have the Micro and the Dawnable 2 Pathing Gods are smiling upon you. Predator tanks and tanks in general are incredibly difficult to deal with. Warlock caps the south power back and nodes it, so we're going to see a massive power advantage for red team here. They also have a generator on the central power. Look at that, plus 72 to plus 36 power income. Massive, massive swings. Can blue team come back at all here? Ogryns are around. They could push against the Grey Knight Dreadnought perhaps and try and take it out. No sign of the Inferno pistol yet. What's going on here? Warlock is level 3 and now has the Witchblade of Kurnus to try and directly combat those Ogryns, I think. Since it doesn't knock back friendly units, you can do it while you're in combat alongside your Banshees and really cause some havoc. Banshees going after the Catachans. Guardian Weapon Team just leveled up there for some reason, level 2. 403, 313. And we have a Vindicator Assassin for Kukri. Boom. Wow. Those turbo penetrator rounds doing a number on the Chaos Predator there. No longer do they snare, but still incredibly powerful. A sniper sub-commander with awesome damage, awesome burst damage as well from range versus all targets, but very, very vulnerable, can be jumped and taken down quite quickly. Just 3 to 5 hit points, as you see there out the gate. You can upgrade that with extended operations. Here is the Grey Knight Dreadnought in a bit of trouble. Ogren's moving in. These guys do a lot of damage in melee combat. Can they take this Dreadnought down? The Sarge of the Catachans also getting shots in, and that's a missile launcher. Sentinel takes down the Dreadnought. Quickly not paying attention to his Dreadnought there. That's the times where you want an early ping from your teammate. We can't tell if that was given. Ogren's losing their bonehead leader, but staying in combat here, doing their job, soaking damage like crazy. Grenade misses them. Here comes Psy Cannon Purgation models, but they are forced off by Catachan's melee. Level 3 Catachans, and these guys have power melee weapons somehow. They're just knives, but they do power melee damage, and Ogren's are forced off. This engagement still rages though. Really nice running battle here, back and forth between the Warlock and the Inquisitor. Sentinel with a nice stomp, level 3 Sentinel doing well, and double Predators as you saw from Oj, and he's floating outrageous amounts of requisition. Get some Chaos Space Marines on the field or something, surely. Some Markov Zinch CSM, or maybe even some Markov Khorne CSM, because we have double Psy Cannon, so there's none of that suppression floating around. Brother Captain going for the Nemesis Vortex. Big ranged build here, supported by the mobility of that Nemesis Force Sword. Plague Champion with fetid armor and a fist on the way. 403-313, forcing melee combat on the Guardian Weapon team, which doesn't take the garrison. Inquisitor trying to take back the South Power. 403-313. Blue team have weathered the storm quite well, I think. Qwest has been quite strong, keeping his units preserved. Oj has recovered very well with double Predators, despite the discrepancy in power income, which has been evened out a bit here. They are doing quite well. They have that VP lead, of course, as well. Inquisitor decaps bottom, but will probably be retaken. I think it's time to just destroy these generators, unless you can reliably hold them. It's a bit of a risk to try and keep them away from your enemy. Here come Ogryns, who are getting their bonehead leader back. 25 power now, down from 30 recently. But there's the suppression. And he can suppress on demand with these Howling Banshees, who instantly force off the Ogryns. Why did he not infiltrate them there? Inquisitor, was she not around? Where is she? She's back at base. There's a Lehman Russ, down goes that Predator tank. There's an Ethereal Slash, ouch. Oh, the Vindicator Assassin's gone down incidentally here. Did not see him go down. Wow, that was quick. Did not even notice. Must have gone down ages ago. 398, 296. The other Predator tank limps away. I'm not sure if he used Mind Blades there. He might have, because he doesn't have a lot of red. Look at this, he has Psychic Lash, so Nemesis Vortex and Psychic Lash. He's gone for a kind of disruption build here from his brother Captain. Psychic Lash, not an accessory you see very often. It's really, really nice on paper. Kind of gives him a flesh hook. We'll see how it goes. 377, 296. Lehman Russ with an Executioner Cannon. Rapid firing plasma cannon, every bit as awesome as that sounds. Gonna force off that Shuriken pretty easily. Look at the damage there. 369, 296. Howling Banshees moving in again. They don't have their X-Arcs. She's getting repurchased now. Blue team coming back very strong. Looks like Oj is moving out to cap up the north again. Plague Champion can repair the Predator tank. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not sure why the Plague Champion has this vehicle support, this kind of half-assed vehicle support built in. He can repair vehicles and structures, but his worship does nothing for vehicles. He doesn't have any other way to support them, unlike the Mech Boy and the Tech Marine. But there you have it. That's what he does. He can repair. D cannon is up. Look at the range it has. He doesn't have the line of sight to be firing up here. Inquisitor infiltrating herself. Guardian, Dire Avengers I should say, having a look at what's going on behind this energy shield. Now the D cannon can start getting shots in. Has a singularity been used? I don't think so. There it is. In fact, it had been used and only hits his own Warlock. He needs to run away now. 366, 282, there we go. That Holy Pyre is still going. How long does that thing last? Wraith Guard, are they going to target the Leman Russ or try and suppress those Ogryns? There's the Warshout, but does not suppress the Ogryns there. That was mistimed, badly mistimed. Now they're going to engage the Wraith Guard. Down goes the Leman Russ though. D-Cannon getting a shot there. This thing can be incredibly useful versus vehicles with that instantaneous projectile speed that it has. Wraith Guard taking the garrison, which they can do now. One of the last updates Relic did allow them to take garrisons. Heretics moving in. Brother Captain activates VR the hammer and runs away. Couldn't quite finish the cap, and here is a great unclean one from Oj, and he's still floating requisition like absolute mad. Over 1,000, and he has enough for an Abyss. Kaldoot has enough for an Eldritch Storm. Everyone's tier 3. And everyone has a lot of resources, so we could see some crazy action with late game units here. Kadachin's forced off. Kukri doesn't have the red to get a Land Raider Crusader, but he doesn't seem to be purchasing any Terminators or Paladins or anything, so maybe he's waiting for that red. There's that foul snare from the Great Unclean One. Does it pull back retreating units? I didn't know that. I thought it just damaged them. Well, maybe. Oh, they weren't in retreat, that's why. 366, 253. Generator's taken down mid, or generator. Here comes the Land Raider Crusader. Is it 300 red? I thought it was 350. You seem to get that 80 red or so very, very quickly. But here it is. Land Raider Crusader hits the field. What the heck happened to Qwest? I have no idea. I was not watching Qwest. He just lost his entire army. 355, 253. What happens when you get distracted by the Great and Clean One? Down go the Stormtroopers. He has level 4 Catachins. He has a lot of resources, so I assume he's just going to save for a Bane Blade, try and take out, or at least heavily pressure that Land Raider with it, and kind of rely on what Oj is up to, who's floating like crazy again. Why is he not purchasing units? Is he waiting to see what the red team come up with? Well, he's seen what they've come up with. It's a Land Raider. This Predator tank is getting absolutely roasted by these double side cannons. Even a Brother Captain trying to smack it on rear armor. Plague Champion going after the Land Raider Crusader, but there's Hurricane Bolters and that twin linked assault cannon and that multi-melter do put out a fair lick of damage. Great Unclean One has found the D cannon and he looks hungry, but no food for you. Warlock level 5, he's got Providence, Warp Throat, Witchblade of Kernus, the very, very angry space elf build. Catachins are forced to retreat. Eldar have retained that south power. Another Great and Clean One is going after the Land Raider. Land Raiders are very, very slow. They can't get rear arm hits though, which does help them out against the melee units. Another Captain's decapping, 271, 253. Bane Blade is on the way for Qwest. I wish I saw what the heck happened to his units. Was it a nuke in base or something? Kaldoot no longer has all of his red, so he probably did use an Eldritch and I missed it and everyone's going to complain. There's an Abyss. Why did he Abyss his own Great Unclean One? What is he doing? He's going to kill his own Great Unclean One. There's a rocket run. That was bizarre. Obviously aiming for the Eldar, but a very, very strange place to put that Abyss. 219, 253. Down goes the Great Unclean One. Blue team in all sorts of trouble. Well, he's got so much red though. He's got so many resources. Why is he not buying stuff? 2,000 rep. 266 power. Bane Blade on the field-ish. Very, very soon. Oj, he's getting some Terminators here. Some Chaos Terminators here in the field. 191, 253. There they are. Instantly going to force melee combat, are they? No, apparently not. Are they getting a... No, they're not getting anything. Why is Oj not buying things? 180, 253. Qwest, he can get a Leman Rush soonest. The Bane Blade's rolling inexorably to the mid. Plague Champion is in there. He wishes he had the Icon of Nurgle right now. Grey Knight Paladins, I should say, sorry, on the way for Kukri. Steel absolutely refuses to purchase anything. Look at the amount of resources. What is he waiting for? 169253. Just get something on the field. He could get another great and clean one right now. He could get a Phobos. He's not getting anything. Could get 2 Chaos Predators almost. Level 3 Purgation Squad. Kukri lost his other one. Paladins still on the way. Predator tank in a firefight with Incinerator Purgation, and these guys are putting up a pretty good fight here. Well, he's going to lose them if he's not careful. He's really going to lose them, and he does lose them. Concentration is failing all around. Not least for me. I can't believe I missed Qwest losing all of his stuff. What happened? Must have been a nuke. It must have been a nuke. You're probably all watching the rosters screaming at me to go to Qwest's units to see what was happening. I was too busy looking at Great and Clean One, I think. Whoa. Terminator's losing 2 models. He's going for double Chaos Dreadnoughts. This is his play here. You might see double Marco Zinch Dreadnoughts. You might be thinking that there's Fire Prism stuff on the way. Kaldoot has a lot of power, but not a lot of wreck. Not even 400. 169225. It's been a pretty mental game. Oj going for that very quick tier 3, getting that Predator tank out early. Had double Predators at one point. 169217. Paladins on the field. Incredibly powerful, heavy melee squad with a health regeneration, or they've gone for the wrist-mounted side cannon as well for even more anti-vehicle damage. All kicking off in the mid. Howling Banshees going after the Bane Blade. That is a very, very brave squad of Banshees. 169212. Bright Lance getting shots. This could be a dead Bane Blade, but here come Heretics, and the Banshees run away as they should there. Would have been a dead Banshee squad otherwise, certainly. Whoa, lots of stuff dying. Catachun's trying to make a push there. The Bane Blade lives with 1 hit point. 169212. It really badly needs repairs. Why has he not put a bunker up here, Qwest? Perfect place for a bunker up here. 169212. Still that 1-to-1. Lehman Russ needs to back the hell away because here come Paladins. Where are those double dreadnoughts at? Here they come mid. Bane Blade is still around somehow. He needs to try and safely get it back to somewhere that he can repair it. It's Land Raider Crusader giving health and energy regeneration. Also allows you to reinforce some screwy physics here. And absolutely ballistic. Plague Champion is still down over there. Heretics going to repair the Predator tank, are they? No. Let's try and cap mid. We do have some repairs here from some Heretics on a Bane Blade. Now up to a mighty 22 hit points. Wraith Guard, level 4 Wraith Guard with Wraithbone. Double Dreadnoughts with no marks. What is the point of this? They're just going to get decimated by the Paladins and the Wraith Guard. I thought he was going to go double Marco Zinch to really put pressure on this Land Raider Crusader, but he hasn't. 169212. There's that Bane Blade, and there is the bunker. Down goes the Predator tank. Can something cap mid? They're trying to with everything. Looks like red team are going to take it. Guardsmen run away. Repairs ongoing for the Bane Blade. The Dreadnought lives. They're tanking damage reasonably well here. Ouch. Wraith Guard needs to run away. There's the Wraithbone going. Red team have taken mid. 157212 with a 2-ton cap for the red team. Oj again floating over well over 1,000 wreck position. Purgation Squad, another one for Kukri. 150, 212. Here come those Chaos Terminators with no upgrades at all, no autocannon, nothing. Paladins backing away. Banshees level 4, they've done really well to get in and out of combat. Plague Champion is back on his feet, tying up a D cannon, but now needs to be very, very careful. And runs away. That was the unholy stench from fetid armor. Suppressing those Banshees there. 132, 212. Lightning Claw Terminators on the field. Going after the brother captain, taking tons of damage though from that Purgation Squad. Wow. Still that 2-1 for red. They're holding mid reasonably well. That blue team have stolen this power though. Paladins on a little excursion have taken out that Leman Russ, I think. 116, 212. Eldritch trying to take down the bunker. Down it goes. Quite a shrewd move there. He could have tried to target the Baneblade, but goes after the support structure instead. There's a Hell Fury. Sorry, not a Hell Fury. Was that the Immolator? I think he used the Immolator and switched back to the. I'm not sure. There is a Hell Fury. Oh, that was a Hell Fury from Kukri. They both share that global. Baneblade, 49 hit points now, and there's a Marco Zinch Dreadnought. The other Dreadnought has gone down. The Warlock trying to finish it off with his Witchblade of Kurnos, and here come Paladins, and they will easily finish it off. Where are those Terminators? Here they are. Can they take out these Paladins? 88, 212. Red team pushing through quite hard now, and we're going to see a pretty big fight because the Paladins just used their teleport, and now they're being chased down by the Terminators, but no, they let them go. Going after the Warlock instead, who uses Providence and gets away, but there's the double cap. Paladins now supported by their Land Raider again. Need to take their natural back if they're going to have a chance here and push mid right now. Terminators need to cap mid right now. Stop going after the Land Raider. D-Cannon is there. Single cap. Nothing's capping there, but something has decapped Red's natural. It's the Inquisitor. Now she's fighting some Banshees. Land Raider Crusader will surely go down. Marco Zinch Predator's chasing. Down it goes. Marco Zinch Dreadnought, I should say. And now it's Lightning Claw Terminators versus Paladins. And the Marco Zinch Dreadnought is there getting shots in. And it's going up. They're going after it, I think. Surely they'll turn and finish off that Dreadnought. Do they even need to? D-Cannon getting shots in. Down goes the Dreadnought. 40, 212. Chaos Predators not doing anything. Not capping, not engaging. Here we go. And they're going after the D-Cannon. Look at them tearing it to shreds. That demoralization on kill you saw there. They are very low on health, so they don't want to fight these Paladins. 37, 212. Ordinarily, they will take them down. And again, Oj is not purchasing things. Look how much resources he has. 33, 212. Chaos Terminators without a model loss teleport away. Here comes the Leman Russ. More Purgation. D kind of doing very well, got to level 3. 2-1 cap, and they should be able to see this out now. Oj finally spending some resources, gets a great and cream one, but look how much requisition he has. Why did he not get any Chaos Space Marines? How helpful would Marco Zinch CSM be against those Paladins here? There's an Orbital. That's going to be pretty nasty. And an Abyss. And a Hell Fury. The Orbital catching those Heretics pretty badly, but it looks like most of the Grey Knight stuff got away relatively unscathed from the Abyss. Leman Russ getting shots. Smack. Wow. 4 VPs remaining. Red team are going to take this. Chaos Predators, Chaos Terminators, I should say, engaging at the end, but it's all moot. A very, very strange game. I'd love to know how Qwest lost all of his units. I can't believe I missed that, but Oj floating so much resources at many, many stages of the game and not purchasing stuff. He had 1200 rec. Why not get a couple of CSM squads up? Start slowly upgrading them earlier on to get double Marco Zinch or something to shoot the crap out of Terminator variants which you know are coming, surely. But there you have it. Kaldoot floating tons and tons of power. He did really well to hold bottom here. Crazy, crazy stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry that I missed stuff, and I'll see you next time.